Hey, good morning. Jesse Burgott here, and I'm reading The Art of Focus by Dan Coe. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful start to your day so far, or whenever this is, if you're watching this a year from now. All right, so I'm on the chapter called The Formula. It's page 111. Let's go. You can do nothing with your life. Nobody's going to stop you, but you won't escape survival. By doing nothing, the default outcome of your life will be mindless chaos and destruction. There is no exaggeration. This is no exaggeration. You have the choice to go beyond yourself through spirit or regress into the animalistic senses you transcended and were meant to include but not become slave to. Human behavior boils down to problem solving in alignment with a goal, whether it be conscious or unconscious, meaningful or meaningless, or the decision between creation and destruction. When you aren't able to pay your bills, that's a problem. Most people will adopt a survival goal of getting a job that can fix their money problems. When they get that job, they may remain unconscious as to how they fit into the machine that the company is. They lack a big picture understanding of the company's impact. Some people may go on to work as a simple secretary for the military industrial complex, yet they are associated with the bombing of civilians halfway around the world. If one were to become truly conscious of the impact of that company, they would be forced to create a new goal to solve a more meaningful problem that starts with their personal life. They wouldn't be able to do this in an instant, of course, but they would see the potential of positive universal impact if they began to set goals and contemplate their vision. Since their money problems have been temporarily solved thanks to the job, the stress that accompanies survival lowers to a manageable level. From that higher state of mind, they can set a goal to build a creative income source that serves a higher purpose. The unfortunate reality is that most people will not become aware of how their actions ripple across the globe. Not only will their line of work, but in their line of work, but in every single goal they pursue that influences every single one of their actions. But the few that do, hopefully with the help of this book, are the future leaders that will have first dibs at the good life. Don't fall into the trap of conscious nobility. Like someone who just learned about the concept of spirituality and uses it as a moral high ground. If you are deep in an unconscious way of life, it's impossible to switch exclusively to non destructive actions. Everyone has a shadow, and the most successful individuals use what could be unethical skills as an ethical way to integrate their dark tendencies. And those that don't often manipulate others without even knowing it. You will have to manipulate, cheat, and contribute to evil. Nobody wants to admit that, and that's what chains them to it. Evil exists, and it is a necessary balance that allows good to exist. We all make mistakes, and it is foolish to think that those mistakes shouldn't be part of your life. A majority of the population hides behind an unconscious moral high ground that contributes to more evil than the conscious individual that attempts to integrate, transmute, and harness their dark energy. When you encounter a problem, you have a choice. For most, this choice is automatic and made in a way that best serves the unconscious manipulation of others that was conditioned into their psyche. Personal responsibility is understanding that you have the power to choose regardless of how you feel, and you must take it. Your future does not have to be the outcome of your past. We need to create conscious goals for the problems in our lives. These goals act as a decision filter for making the best decision in that situation. When you inevitably make a mistake and a new problem reveals itself, that too must be filtered and corrected with time. A game, a game is a system that requires individual choice. If we create, maintain, and invest mental energy into the games that will actualize our ideal future, we need fulfilling and fulfillment. Anti-vision. If I start to visualize my father's eventual death, I get teary-eyed. A ball of energy radiates into my chest, emotional energy, a powerful buildup of tension ready to be directed and released toward a goal. There isn't a specific story aside from the thousands of experiences I hold with my parents that accompany this. accompanies this. Anyone can dig into the experiences of their past, generate a potent energy source within them, and focus that energy through action toward an intrinsic hierarchy of goals. This is the secret of the disciplined and successful. Self discipline is when the desire is to become the highest version of yourself outweighs the desire for cheap pleasures. When I'm stuck, I'll go on a walk. On that walk, I allow thoughts to trigger thoughts, which I will attempt to deconstruct into their smaller parts. When a thought catches my attention more than the next, I will sit with it, question it, and imagine the extreme situations that could arise from that thought, both negative and positive. When a thought of my father pops into my head, I ask, have I called him enough? He is getting older. Dan, you know that. Have you spent enough time with him? Would he be proud of what you have accomplished? Or does this all even matter? What about mom? Would she appreciate a spontaneous trip to her favorite spot? Do you have the time for that? Why is this all about time? Is my work taking away or adding to what I can give back to the parents that spent 18 years of their lives raising me? I should call them. From that paragraph, I gain a mixture of anger, sadness, ambition, and love circulating from my belly to my chest to my head. It feels terribly good, and boy, I am ready to take on any challenge that gets in the way of the best future I can create for myself, loved ones, and those that come in contact with me. All right, that's it for today, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for being here.